look, it's pitched up, so it's gonna go over the lip and leak right here. Oh, Jesus. Can't really tell if the capacitor has failed or not. Let's just throw parts at it. Morning guys, thanks a lot for tuning in. It is a beautiful Tuesday morning here, and our first job of the day is a little bit out in the country, but not too far. And honestly, this is exactly how I love to start my days, as a nice, beautiful drive. There's not much of a description on this. It just says that the AC is not cooling. Looks like it's a landlord and tenant situation. So without any further ado, let's go check it out. Just initiated a call for cooling. Ooh, liquid line is pretty hot. Let's check this. Oh, Jesus. Do they even know that there's a filter here? Wow. Well, you ain't gonna stay in there today. Let's go out to the outdoor unit though. Probably the condenser coil is plugged. Uh-oh. Compressor shut off. Feel a lot of heat coming from here. Fan motor isn't hot though. Bet you the compressor just went out on thermal overload. I don't think the condenser fan motor is even running. Coil looks... I expected the coil to look pretty rough. It's actually kind of okay. Actually gonna stick a stick in here to see if the fan blade will move. Hey, it's beautiful out here. I always like when my first job is out in the country. In the morning it's peaceful, birds chirping. That's fine. So let's check out the capacitor. Okay. Oh, yep. You know, can't really tell if the capacitor has failed or not. Let's just throw parts at it. Bingo. My other concern, airflow wise, that is that I'm not going to show you the inside, but it is extremely messy in there. As in just a lot of stuff. And a lot of that stuff is blocking the majority of the vents. So either way, I'm still gonna replace the filter and get them cooling, but I believe this is a tenant situation, so I'm gonna have the landlord talk to the tenant about you know, not blocking the vents, hopefully, preferably, because you know the unit kind of needs to breathe. I don't know if you guys noticed, but the compressor in here is an orange compressor. Those ones were actually American made here, and probably my all-time favorite compressors by yours truly, Train. Just don't ask me what I think about the compressors nowadays by Train. It's a little sad. Let's write the date. Get this bad boy ready, get amp draws ready, and it should be set. Hopefully the compressor is cooled down by now. Sounded like a compressor to me. Nice and smooth. 410, 2012. Very nice. Alright, let's see how our fan motor's doing. 0.7, that's good. Let's get on our compressor. 5.4, very nice. In case you're not sure what the filter is supposed to look like clean. Clean, not clean. Let's get a temp drop and it should be all set to go. Ooh, someone made a hole already. There we go. Uh-oh. There. Ugh, cobwebs all over me. We're getting a 19-degree temperature drop. It's looking pretty good. It's not freezing, which is a good sign, but I already put in the notes, like I said earlier, that they really need to not block the vents. That's gonna, believe it or not, have a big impact. We are out of there, and they should be all set to go as long as they stop blocking the vents. Well, the customer said that they're not going to be home for another 20 minutes, but going to get started outside, which is not usually my order of operation, but figure I'll start out here in case if it's something simple. And then by the time I'm done out here, hopefully they'll be back so I can check airflow and everything at the air handler. Just pushing the contactor. Hard start kit, that's not a good sign. Let's just test the cap. The fan definitely seemed a bit slow. Compressor side is only 26 out of 45, so that's really low. Let's test the fan side. 0.3. I think explains why the condenser fan motor is really slow. Throw in a new cap, and then hopefully the customer will be here and we can get a temp drop and check everything else inside. And voila, easy peasy. I just reused the bracket and just pinched it so that it's nice and secure. So, customer's still not here yet, so now we wait. They eventually showed up, got a temp drop. Temperature drop was about 19 degrees, working pretty well. Filter was good to go and all that jazz, so nothing too eventful. This next call is the AC drain line is leaking. This is a new install, and I checked the refrigerator levels and everything. It's clearly not icing up, but now condensation is finally going through. But look, it's pitched up, so it's going to go over the lip and leak right here. We're going to move these to create an actual pitch, so it's flowing like that, and then we're going to add an elbow there and a little bit of drain line so that it's actually going in there. There we go. See how fast the water is going now? All that junk in the middle is not staying there anymore. We actually have a real pitch. Look at that water flow. Beautiful. And that can be frustrating for the customer, because I think when we also installed the furnace like a year or two ago, and the gas valve was leaking like immediately, and the installers didn't catch that, which, you know, I can kind of understand that situation more, but she was equally as frustrated, which I also understand where she's coming from. But with this one, it's like, come on, really? Like, you know better to install the drain line properly, preferably. But she was nice and understanding about it, luckily. So some of the other calls I had were pretty uneventful. It's mostly just talking to customers, which, as you guys know, I don't record that. So, but appreciate you guys tagging along for this brief service call video. And I want you to drop down a comment of some callback stories that you guys have been on, whether if it's your own callback or someone else's, and what you did to correct it and to prevent it. As usual, guys, see you on the next call.